Okay, so good morning again. So I was saying we had yesterday this move down after the FOMC announcement of 75 points. We didn't expect this blue rectangle to be broken, then took a long here, went up, and then tonight it went down again. I went long this morning in this area, just banked 37 pips. And now we are struggling under the 78, 60 fib where we are now. Let's go and have a look now on the on the Dixie. I was going to say S&P. So Dixie is here. Dixie is now in that area with this confluence of trend line area. So we have this trend line we have there, which is the second break. We had this daily trend line built here. Then we broke through it, retested once, retested twice, retesting now again. I will be able to speak this morning, hopefully. So that's where we are actually. This trend line in this area, especially as you can see, has been holding the price nicely. So we could see perhaps this 50% fib here, which is an inside fib, which is an important one still. We broke above the 76.40 fib, and we still have intraday a lot of divergences with Euro USD, which was the case this morning. It's not this one, it's this one. So it was it was the case this morning, as I was saying. So you had here a higher low on the Euro USD, and you had here a higher high on the Dixie. So that's a divergence that I use on the Euro USD. And that's why I took the long here, by the way. So we see a little bit of impulsive move starting. We could see a nice follow through now. This is the Euro USD, of course, and this is the Dixie. So I think we can see some follow through. The important thing to look at is the setups. So let me go to the setups right now. I do it a little bit fast. We have been speaking about all those levels for a long time now. So what do we have? We had this morning a long signal at 5 o'clock my time on the 1 hour. We have the 4 hour, and inside the daily, we had a divergence, and I think we will post soon another divergence. But what I wanted to look with you is the long time frame setup, which is the monthly setup. And we will look at it together with the price action. So we see we have this long setup inside all the other setups with the other indicator. So what I'm looking and what could happen if we look a little bit lower inside this monthly close is we would post a monthly divergence, dynamic divergence, and that would be something very important. Then let's look at the weekly. On the weekly, we have had signals here, there, another one. You see they give some shy bounce for now, but they are repeating those bounce more and more. And due to the other reading we know we should have soon a bigger reaction. But anyway, I stay much more comfortable on the long side. As you know, if we go to the dailies, that's what we had at the beginning. So nothing very important. The only thing is the next signal will post a second divergence. So it's called a PNS dynamic divergence, a primary and secondary dynamic divergence. So when that will happen, if it happens, we will have something like this, and that will be another very bullish signal on the upside. Concerning the smaller time frame, let's go to them now. So On the smaller time frame, we have the 4 hour, as I said, we had the 1 hour, and we had in the earlier morning a 15-minute. The nice thing to look at is this one. On the volume exhaustion, we have a long signal on the 4 hour, which was confirmed on the 1 hour. So if we go a little bit deeper, we will do it again, but this one will start, and when it starts unfolding, we will have some good tailwind behind us, even only on the 4 hour time frame. So that's something very interesting, and that should give a little bit more fuel on the upside. So for now, concerning the daily close on the Euro USD, we didn't close as I was thinking or dreaming, let's say, it would happen. So yesterday, of course, we had sorry, we had this long red candle with the with the FOMC despite the bounce. So we bounced back above the 76.40, and then we came back to close a little bit under it. And now we are bouncing. It's interesting to look at where we are bouncing from yesterday, and especially this morning, we are bouncing from the 100% extension of that move down. So if we look at it on a 4 hour, sorry, my voice is going out. So if we look at it, this is an ABC, and we stop right on the 100% of that ABC, of the biggest one. There is 2 of them here, and that's why you have this double reading there. So we bounce from there, right there from this 100% ABC, suggesting we can see some continuation, and that's going together with the other information we have from the indicators. The overall thing is very simple. We had yesterday an FOMC, and there is, in my mind, a very double reading possible on that FOMC. That's the first time Powell has been speaking about the impact on the economy and the future impact on the unemployment that will increase because the economy will slow down and because there will be less people getting a job. So they now accept to speak about that. They now accept to say we will have a recession, probably a light one. 2 months ago, they were saying there was no recession coming. Now they are saying a little one. And I think in 2 months, they will say it will be more than little. So I posted, by the way, some nice thing about this morning. So have a look on it. It's not from me. It's from some really serious people. And they are looking at the same thing. The other important thing is the reduction of the growth on the next quarter, going from 1.7, if I'm not wrong, to 0.2. So that's a big change. I think I have it here. Yes, we have it there. So it's something important to note because it's here. So the GDP for the forecast for the quarter has been revised from 1.7 to 0.2, which means nearly 0, and we already had some negative GDP reading. So we are not far from posting another negative reading on the GDP, and the GDP is reducing as we have been expecting. That's very simple. GDP is made 65% of consumer spending, and consumer spending is shrinking, so the GDP will shrink too. So that's what we have. They have spoken about more hikes in the next session, of course, because the inflation is out of control. It's the same. They were saying 3 months ago the inflation would be under control and would not need such an aggressive hike path. And now it's looking like it was not really right, I would say. So same thing, nothing has changed really on what we have been looking at. So we are inside here. We can come back up. Then we will use the same level as has been used on the way down. We will have those fibs here. We will have all that on the upside as support and resistances we can use to play, add, and bank some trades. concerning the data today, let me go to this to end this discussion or this update, this small update, morning update. So that's today. That's today data. So we had in the morning the Swiss bank hike of 0.50%. They are going very slow, like always. Everything is under control in Switzerland, and that's something we are used to see. Then we have the Norwegian bank that will post his rate in about 10 minutes, so that will be something interesting and important, of course, for the European Union, followed by the press conference, like everybody does, half an hour after the rate will be posted. And later, which will be a mover on the Euro USD probably, is the Bank of England rate hike. So there should be some hike, there should be some change there, like they are just following the US. So they should probably hike by 50 points or something like this. We'll see what happens if they hike more. Because the inflation is really bad in England now, really bad, over 10%, if I'm not wrong by memory. So it's something they have to stop, and the only way to stop it for them is to hike. Remember, they have to face this problem, plus the fact they left the European Union, which is another reason a little bit waiting on the economy, even if in one way they're happy to be out, because they don't have the same energy problem as Europe has. Then in the afternoon, the other important thing will be the initial job claims and the Europe consumer confidence, flash confidence. I don't see how this thing could be really great, looking at what's happening and how things are going. And the last for today will be these ECB speakers at 3 GMT this afternoon. So that's when we will have all those data for today. So if you have any question, just send them now in the chat. If not, I will stop this daily post FOMC update and then do another live update if we have some big change or something happening or something being said today, which is not likely to happen, but that's something we will thank you for your comment. Other thing, which is important, even if we are only now on the 22nd of September, remember the end of month is about in 1 week. In about 1 week, in exactly 1 week, next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday will be end of week, end of month, end of quarter. So that will be a shaking week, especially on the end of week. And I'm not sure, but I think, let me check this. I think we could have some ECB announcement too. I'm just looking at that. No, it's in October, if I'm not wrong. It's not it's the first week of October. So next week we will not have a lot of big announcement, not big data at all. I'm looking at that. Oh yes, the other important thing we need to remember, because that will come right there, is the Italian parliament election. So keep that posted somewhere. And on the open on Sunday, there will probably be some big shake moves because of the election of the extreme right woman, Meloni, that will come in power. So have a nice day. Hope you enjoyed it. And we keep in touch. If something important happens, I will do another intraday update. Thank you. Bye-bye.